What's up, guys? On today's episode, we talk about how to prepare for your high school tryouts that are upcoming and how to deal with that coach who's pressuring you to focus on one sport. Let's get into the show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Moxie Sports Presents. This is episode number 2. Last week, ton of success, had a lot of positive feedback from our first video of our Q&A series. And guys, we wanted to bring you another. We want to continue to do this throughout the year. Real quick, before we get into it, Roman Grimaldi here, Jerry Slutsky. Why are we doing these videos? Where are we coming from, guys? We don't want you to think that these are just a couple of yo-yos that are making videos thinking that our opinion is everything, right? And so who we are, where we came from. We played high school ball, we played college ball, we tried to play professional ball, it didn't work out. We moved on into the coaching world, guys. We've been there, we've done it, we understand the world that you guys are coming from. Parents, we get where you guys have your concerns. So we wanted to bring these videos to you to answer and to relieve a lot of the stress that you guys have. Recruiting, off-season programs, how to deal with different coaches, you name it, we'll answer those questions. Roman, anything to add to that?
Not really, you hit it pretty much on the head. Let's get into some questions. We had a lot of, like you said, we had a lot of great feedback. A lot of good stuff came in from Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. It's fun interacting with you guys. A ton of great questions that everyone wants to know. I know if I had some of this information when I was in high school or in middle school, it would have been completely, invaluable. So we're happy to provide our expertise in these areas. So let's get into it. Let's get into the first question.
Guys, first video of 2016. Really pumped to bring you this video series. We're gonna try to do about 2 questions a week, but hopefully we get to start to bring these to you more and more throughout the week, maybe every day. Just keep pumping those questions and we'll answer them for you. So today, question number 1 coming from @Floyd_buddy, right? What can I do to prepare for tryouts? So tryouts are coming up. We're the beginning of January, right? So the tryouts, your high school is your semester's starting up, and so different things you can do to prepare for your tryouts, guys. Especially if you're an upcoming freshman, right? You're nervous.
Yeah, big. Yeah.
The seniors are bigger than you. The juniors, the seniors.
A lot bigger.
A lot bigger, right? Because as a freshman, you're 14, maybe 15. I was really young as a freshman, but so guys, one thing you can do is to take care of yourself. A lot of conditioning work. At 14, I think you're really starting to get into the gym. If you can, try to find some of those sports-specific training facilities. I think those really pay off very well. I went to one when I was growing up, but if not, really simple stuff you can do is run. Sprints for guys like me, guys or girls like me who don't like running. Sprints are awesome, or long distance running. Sports-specific stuff, guys, you're starting to get a lot of reps in your specific skill set. I'll use the baseball as the example. Start to swing a lot. I do get this question a lot about when do I need to start getting used to my metal bat for you wood bat swingers out there. I'm gonna answer this now. It doesn't matter, guys. It's a bat and a bat. If anything, the wood bat's harder to hit with, so just continue to use that forever. Hopefully forever, right? So getting your reps in your specific skill set, making sure you're getting your throwing programs or your running programs or your strength programs, getting all that stuff done so that going into the tryouts, you're in your best shape, you are feeling you're most comfortable with your specific skill so that you know you're giving it everything you got going into that tryout.
Yeah, I think what you're saying a lot too is if you reflect on it, we reflect back, it's having a plan of action, right? You don't just go through the motions, you don't just show up, no matter what sport you're in, the first thing that you're gonna do after you make a team or anything, it's gonna be fundamentals. So working on your fundamentals, working on footwork, making sure you are conditioned correctly. It's the little thing, guys. The details are in the details. I can't stress that enough. Be the first, be the first at the gym. Be the first there. The biggest thing I could say is, as an upcoming freshman, or say you transfer to a new school, I get that question a lot, or you're new to a program, new coach coming in. I think the best thing that you could actually do is go introduce yourself to that coach. Hey, Coach Jerry, hey, I'm Roman Grimaldi. I'm going to be trying out for you this coming spring. I play middle infield. Yeah. What can I do to get on your radar? How, what kind of team are you trying to build? What's the chemistry? Sure. And it's presenting yourself like the man or the woman that you're trying to become, right? Take responsibility, engage in conversation, and they're going to tell you, once you create that relationship, you take it from there, and doing a lot of things that don't cost money, like showing up early, staying late, hustle, hustle, hustle. I'll beat a dead horse. It takes no talent to hustle. Zero. Get the tryout, get anywhere you're going, be on time, hustle, hustle, hustle. I mean, that's my biggest thing. Stand out.
Yeah, and to add on to that, guys, as a coach, our tryouts for my summer program are in August. We're getting 150 kids coming through. So to that point, if you introduce yourself beforehand, I'm going to remember your name and your face. And so when it comes time to pick my team, you're going to stand out. Okay, now, obviously there's the skill sets and stuff like that are required to make certain teams. And that's why, guys, the fundamentals, practicing the fundamentals and doing the fundamental stuff, great, will allow you to make any team.
And I'll say, too, I'll take a character guy any day over a talent guy. Give me someone with less talent, but with more character, more dedication, more hustle in them. I'll take him 100% of the time than the guy or girl who shows up with all the talent in the world, but's not disciplined, not coachable, and won't interact with the culture that your coach and your program is trying to create. Very important things that are kind of overlooked, but very, very important for programs and moving forward.
I was a character guy.
Debatable. Let's get into the next question.
My football coach wants me to focus on one sport, but I want to play baseball. What should I do? This one's coming from @Guille_Grenier22. Really kind of I don't want to say controversial topic, right? But it's a hot topic. People talk about multi-sport athletes all the time. And so at the end of the day, guys, high school coaches are going to pressure you into doing a lot of things. I'll put it to you like this. There are a limited number of athletes in a high school setting. Right, I went to Wheeler High School. I was essentially this size when I was in high school. So, I was baseball only. That was my dream. I knew I wanted to play baseball in college when I got to high school, and so football wasn't on my radar. Now there are the kids I coach, who are very talented in the football world and very talented in the baseball world. And here's my advice to you: do both. Do both, guys. Baseball, at least down here in the South, and I know in the Texas area and California, it's all year long. A little more difficult up north because it gets so cold. You get burnt out, guys, if you don't participate in other sports. Have some fun. Extend your skill set, right? Playing football, it allows you to gain more athleticism, right? If you stay on a baseball field all year long, there's nothing wrong with that. I did it. But you could get burned out. And so I implore you guys to play multiple sports. High school coaches will always stress on you to focus on their sport, but at the end of the day, they can't make you do anything you don't want to do. You have the leverage.
Yeah, like it's a weird topic because there's so much competitiveness out there. See, I was a multi-sport athlete in high school, and then I actually ended up focusing just on baseball. And to be completely honest, looking back, the reason I chose to focus just on baseball is I did love it more, but I got a gruesome injury. I broke 4 metatarsals in my foot, had pins and everything put in playing football, and I kind of looked at that and said, I would love a career. I know I could probably go further with baseball, so I chose that route. But being a multi-sport athlete and an athlete in general, when you allow yourself to condition your body and your muscles to basketball, football, soccer, lacrosse, whatever you want to play, I think it makes you a better athlete. I mean, I can't tell you. I mean, you look at all these guys who are sports specific, you know, still out there on the golf course, still will play pickup basketball games. I think the biggest thing Jerry is saying is the possibility of getting burnt out is real. I mean, we talk about people, you know, we got to do this 24/7. We got to go, you know, if you're not thinking about one sport 24/7 and pushing your all, you're going to get burnt out. Trust me. I mean, I had a big deal. When I decided to just focus on baseball, I did something that a lot of guys didn't do. I would play a few fall games, but I normally just took the fall off and I worked out. It was strength and conditioning, all about speed for me. You know, I was a middle infielder, you know, growing up, played a lot of third, but it was getting faster, doing it, and giving my arm a rest, giving my muscles and my body a rest. But that doesn't mean I was away from the game or I was away from doing things to better prepare myself. And I think that's important. You know, I was always playing pickup basketball games. I was always, you know, doing something active. But it's, you know, when you find yourself, you know, it's really about that junior, senior year where it's still a decision. But if you know that you can play at the next level in one sport or the other, and you feel really passionate about it, and you're confident with making the decision, you know, go one sport. But you know, I look back, I wish I continued to play football. I definitely do, looking back at my career now.
That's a major point, guys. I deal with it every day with the kids I coach. That junior year, when you start to decide one sport that you know you'll advance to the next level in, my advice to those guys is to pull back on the other sport and let's focus now. Let's get you ready for playing college baseball, or let's get you ready for playing college baseball, right? And so it's a tough decision because you do fall in love with the other sport. Football is a lot of fun to play. Basketball is a ton of fun to play. I couldn't make it on my high school basketball team.
Couldn't jump high enough?
Couldn't jump high enough, couldn't dribble,
enough.
couldn't shoot.
Are those important?
All of those things. But all that being said, guys, that junior season is so important to play at the next level. Now, there are some of you guys out there. I'm coaching one this coming summer who is getting recruited by all of the top Division I SEC schools for football, and he's athletic enough to play baseball at those schools as well. So he might end up being a two-sport athlete at the next level. Very few and far between, but if you think you're one of those guys, then naturally we're going to play both. And coaches like us, we work with you to mix both sports in. We're not going to pressure you to pick one or the other because you're a kid and you're supposed to be a kid and you're supposed to have fun at the end of the day.
You know, to touch on it, you know, we wrote a piece with Tony Plagman, who, Tony, shout out to Tony, great. I played with him my whole life. All-American at Georgia Tech High School. I mean, the kid was phenomenal, multi-sport athlete. But when we asked Tony in our Q&A series, actually it was our blog last year, about how Georgia Tech recruits. He became a grad assistant at Georgia Tech. And I was saying, you know, how do you guys recruit? Do you like the multi-sport athletes? And it was an overwhelming yes. They see the multi-sport athlete as being able, you know, to come into a program. You know they're athletic. You know that they can, you know, adapt to different styles of play, different speeds of play, different, you know, game plans. So it's a real thing. It's a tangible thing to be a multi-sport athlete. But like we're saying, I mean, we could talk about this forever.
All day.
I mean, all day.
We're going to keep talking about it.
Once the camera goes off, we'll probably come up with better things to talk about, better points.
Maybe.
But that usually happens.
Typically. We sit on the couch and then we just argue. Or not. We debate. We don't argue.
I win.
I always win. Guys, that's going to do it for episode 2. We love answering these questions. I think sometimes we run a little longer than we plan on it because we're passionate about this stuff, guys. And so we want to bring you the best, most information-rich content possible. Keep hitting us up. The hashtag is AskMoxie. Make sure to tweet at us. Our Twitter is @Moxie Sports Inc. Hit us up on our Instagram. We'll give you guys some shout-outs. Follow us on Instagram. It's Moxie Sports. Our Snapchat, snap at us, Moxie Sports as well, and then hit us up on Facebook. Right? We'll post a lot of these videos on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel.
Yeah, and anytime you guys have, anytime you guys capture some sick plays or you're working out or some cool stuff on camera, shoot it to us. We'll blast it out to everyone. We want to build a community and we want to engage with you guys. And the more content you give us, the more we get to push out and brag about all the people and all the athletes that use us and follow us.
Yeah, and guys, good luck with your tryouts. I'm sure we'll talk to you before the tryouts actually start. Maybe we'll see some of you guys out there. That'd be kind of cool. But kick some butt.
Yeah, hustle. Hustle!
Fist bump. All right.